Morning, Rodney. Good morning, whoever's watching this. Good morning, Rodney. Yeah, I was up early. I had a friend call me. They're struggling. I don't want to say it's fucking with me, even though it is. It's like fucking with me in a sense where like my heart goes out to this person. You know, I'm not going to share their inventory, but they're not doing well. And I was able to provide, you know, some resources that I hope work out, and I'm gonna follow up and see if they did. Hopefully, they at least, you know, take them. I'm so quick to want to like get in my car and save the world, you know. And luckily, I have this, you know, I have it in me to understand that like you can't do that, buddy. But what you can do is, you know, go into the bank and know, you know, not the bank, but you know, the memory bank, and know that here's a couple numbers you can call, and you know, at least here's a place that you can stay at. I'm sure if they don't have a spot, they know a spot. That's just how it works. And I could be the person that can point somebody in the right direction. Kind of like what was done for me. I had a conversation with somebody about this yesterday. And as upset as I can get, and as self-centered as I can get, they weren't fucking wrong. You know, they did everything without any type of handout on their own, and they're killing it right now. So there's something to be said about that. That was like the mistake I made trying to help somebody that had, you know, a few days clean. I wasn't helping, I was hurting. You can't draw water from dry wells, I heard said. I'm one to fucking try to like grab a fucking one of those little and try to drill to get water out of, you know, cement. Jackhammer, sorry. Couldn't figure out what it was called for a second there. But that's how jackhammer sounds, by the way. But hearing somebody tell me that they had no one to call, and me answering the phone lets me know that like I'm on the right track to what I want to be. I'm not saying I want to be like a dispatcher hotline thing. I just want to be there for people and know what to do if they don't know what to do, and at least help guide people. I should have been at the gym 15 minutes ago. Actually, I'm going to be there exactly when I'm supposed to be there. It'll last as long as it's supposed to last. 50 minutes isn't good enough to work out. Anyways. And I went last night. And I'm glad I went because I got to talk to a friend there. Help a friend out that's going through some shit there. Please be there. Sometimes I think I'm going for myself. Like, sometimes I think I'm going to talk to somebody to help resolve something I've got going on, and it ends up being completely the opposite of that. They got some stuff going on, and they just needed a friend to talk to. You know, it's like when I went to go see my ex-wife's father in the hospital. I thought I was going there to tell somebody I forgive them, yet I was going there to make an amends. And we got to cry together. Because I feel like crying is fucking important. Contrary to popular belief that men don't cry or people don't cry. There was like a long time I couldn't Like I wanted to, but I couldn't. I didn't want to. I was scared to. One, because I thought I was being watched. Two, I just couldn't. I mean, I went through a period of from 2000 and, well, I don't know. Like the only time I can remember back then was when my mom died. The only time I cried, I screamed. And then after that, nothing. Nothing. No matter how tough it got, no matter how bad it got, nothing. And now, like, a song will come on and I will just fucking go. And I feel better for it. It really helps me out. I'm not saying that people need to do that, but I am saying that how I felt then and how I felt now, and it's a, you know, contributing factor to how I feel now. That doesn't mean that I'm going to watch The Little Mermaid and start bawling again. Yes, again, when I was a kid. But I could hear a song that reminds me of, you know, where things were, and it'll come out. It's just because I held this tough exterior for so, like, this interior, like, I just needed to, like, not, you know, like, I never saw my dad do it. My dad did it once my whole life. He had to get rid of our dog, Lucky. The landlord didn't like that the dog would tear up the backyard. So the landlord said, if you don't get rid of the dog, you guys are getting evicted. So my dad, that day, I remember this. My dad, that day, and I remember because Lucky listened to him. It was like his world. I remember dropping off the dog to the pound. That was the only time I saw my dad cry. And guess what? By the end of the week, we got evicted. Anyways. So it was like a double fuck you. They just wanted to have him do that to the dog. And then they said they were letting us go. And that had a lot to do with my mom saying she paid the rent, but not actually paying the rent. I don't hate her for it. I understand addiction a lot better now than I did when I was a kid. And because of that, you know, my dad was like, you know, men don't cry. We just go through it. We work through it and we fight through it. And that's what we do. We just do it. And I try not to live that way anymore. That way I'm not bitching about some shit I don't even realize I'm bitching about. I don't know why I got into this, but I'm glad I can be there for people when they need me, especially if their lives are just like fucking, they got nothing, no support, nothing, you know, nobody to fucking lean on. And I can be there for them. Because I felt alone for so fucking long. For so long. And I'm not alone. So we keep what we have by giving it away. And I will give freely what was given to me freely. And the closer I am to somebody, the more I want to give. You know, I try to proceed with caution. But I also don't want to let caution get in the way of what's good for me and what's not. And there are people that are good for me. And I'll let my fences, my fence posts get in the way of like really opening my eyes because of what I've gone through. And so I try not to do that anymore. And just be there for people. So more will be revealed. I'll check back in and I really hope and pray that this person is able to find some type of sanctuary today. And then I can be there for them as they go through their journey too. Because we together stay clean, we together stay sober. No one should ever have to do this shit alone. Ever. Even if you feel like you can. I can't. I like to consider myself pretty strong. I can't do this shit alone. And neither should you. Whoever's watching this. So. Alright. I think 10 minutes is good enough. For at least this one. Good morning. I love you. You're wanted, needed, and loved. You're worth it. And you got this. You got this. Carpe diem this bitch, even if that means staying clean or sober today.